The Mini 3 Pro was released 1 month ago, and I'm going to talk about its features so far. The Mini 3 Pro is just perfect for beginners, and it gives them so much more flexibility when it comes to whole new things. Now, we know that because of TikTok and Instagram Reels, vertical videos have become a major thing, right? So instead of you having to crop and post, lose some quality, the drone can film in vertical mode and helps you compose your shots even better, just so you can get it on Instagram Reels or TikTok or Shorts or whatever else you want to do. In the recent update, DJI pushed it even further by releasing 10-bit color, which gives you even more flexibility, even more colors to edit with in post. With the vertical mode, instead of you having to shoot panoramas to get more in a vertical shot to post it on Instagram, you can now just shoot photos in vertical mode instead of you having to shoot panoramas and get your shot framed perfectly for your vertical posts. They did pack almost everything they could into this drone, including hyperlapses, master shots, quick shots, and obstacle avoidance sensors on the front, back, and underneath. Active track, now that's one feature that everyone wanted most. Active track, that was the most important feature. It's got spotlight and it's got point of interest mode, which is just insane. One of my favorite features on this is the hyperlapses, because I shoot a lot of hyperlapses, and now you have the ability to shoot hyperlapses in RAW. I don't know why you can only shoot 3 seconds for now, but hopefully they'll release an update where you can shoot as low as 2 seconds. But I also love the fact that you have a whole range of options when filming video. You've got 4K, 24, 25, 30, 48, 50, and 60 frames per second. So it gives you more frame rates to work with depending on your creative ideas. It can also film slow-mo in 1080p, 120 frames per second. There's so many things about this drone that are just incredible, and you know, DJI actually took it not one step but a few steps further to fly this drone that weighs so light. It can fit in your pocket, and it's just amazing how much they can fit into this one tiny drone. It's just such a beautiful day. Anyway, now you can record 4K video in HQ up to 30 frames per second, but not beyond that. And the good part is that it doesn't crop in. At least that's what I've noticed so far when you go at high frame rates, which is a really good thing. And one of the benefits of 10-bit color is that it reduces banding when you do some extreme color grading. So that is a very good benefit with 10-bit color. Now, I only have one battery, so I haven't been able to use it so far, you know, when it's really dark out, but I've watched some other videos and they're incredible. The aperture is at f1.7 on a sensor that's 1/1.3 inch, which is very close to a 1-inch sensor. I mean, if you look at the Air 2S and the Mavic 2 Pro, they've got, well, the Mavic 2 Pro has a variable aperture, but it goes up to 2.8, and so does the Air 2S has a fixed aperture of f2.8. On the night videos and photos, they look incredible. Now, one of the main reasons I ordered the Mini 3 Pro with the DJI RC, the new RC, is because it looks incredible. I love the color, and I just wanted to get it because I really wanted to use this with my Mavic 3. Now, I was also considering getting the DJI RC Pro, which costs about almost $1,000. But then when this was released, I thought I might as well get this and then wait for an update, hopefully, and then it'll work with the Mavic 3. And now there's good news that soon this is going to be working with the Mavic 3. I'm not sure about other drones, but it's definitely going to be working with the Mavic 3. Now, the smart controller definitely has some limitations that you can't have a higher brightness of up to 1000 nits. It only has 700 nits. I used my iPhone 13 Pro Max with my RC N1 controller, and the problem with that is when it heats up, it just starts to dim, and no matter how much I increase it, it just stays the same. So that's the problem with using the RC N1 with your phone, is that if it heats up, that's a problem. One of the best parts of using the new DJI RC is that you don't need to connect your phone to it. So you could just remove it, get it out, get the drone out, start it up, and go. You don't need to get a cable out and connect it or nothing. And it does pretty much everything you need as well. Like, you can connect to Wi-Fi, you can connect to Bluetooth, and you can screen record, you can take screenshots, and it's really cool to have a dedicated controller with your drone. Even though it's only 700 nits, it's still pretty bright. And however, it does require an SD card for you to insert in the controller in case you want to screen record or download footage from the Mini 3 Pro onto this. Another thing I forgot to mention is that the Mini 3 Pro's gimbal can rotate upwards to 60 degrees. Now that opens a whole new world of possibilities, creativity. I mean, that's insane, 60 degrees upward. The battery time has improved a bit, and I've noticed that this drone is so quiet. It is, I know you've heard this a lot of times, and I have too, but believe me, this is quiet. Like, it's quieter than its predecessors and other drones. It is so quiet. And those of you who want to get some quick cinematic shots, you've got master shots and you've got quick shots, and you can edit those on the DJI Fly app to get some quick shots for you to share with friends, family, or on social media. The Mini 3 can record videos vertically, and because vertical videos are pretty much in demand right now, it helps you compose your shots even better. So this drone is definitely going to be a must-buy for those who create a lot of vertical short videos, because you can just record videos vertically and it records great. It helps you compose your shot. Another thing is that you can shoot vertical photos as well, and you don't need to shoot panoramas. I usually shoot panoramas. I take 3 shots or 4 shots and then stitch them into a vertical panorama. But with this one, you don't really need to, because you can compose it vertically. As for limitations, yes, the drone does not have side sensors, but I don't know how much they could have fit into this drone. They've already put in so much, and having sensors on the front and the back and underneath is pretty awesome. I've said this in my previous videos, you shouldn't be relying on your sensors when flying. You need to practice, and you need to be good. You need to be aware of your surroundings while flying and be careful. So I don't really rely on my sensors, whether they're on or off when I fly in sport mode, but I make sure that I'm aware of my surroundings to avoid accidents. That should be your #1 priority when flying. I can't wait to film more hyperlapses with this drone and see how well it does. I don't really use active track or POI as much. Well, I do use POI sometimes, but I do use spotlight more, and it's really good to have that feature because you can just draw a box around whatever your subject is or yourself, and then move the drone in any direction. You can move up or down, and it'll try and keep your subject in the center or in the frame. So that's a really good feature to have. Now, for conclusion, I really think that this definitely is the best beginner drone, and not just a beginner drone. Well, you could really use it to get some professional looking footage. And like I've mentioned before, it's not about what you have, but what you do with what you have that really matters. And this just opens a new window of possibilities for creators and for those who want to get into this hobby and learn editing videos and color correcting, color grading, and for those who want to edit photos and get into drone photography. So this drone is just perfect for those people who really want to get into that hobby, or for those people who wanted more features in the Mini 2. They now have those features in the Mini 3, and they don't need to register or get a drone license in most countries to fly this drone. So that's basically its best feature, right? Because you don't need to register it and get a drone license in order to fly it. And it comes packed with all of these amazing features that higher end drones have, such as the Air 2S and the Mavic 3. Now I'm going to be testing out each of these features in detail and going over different tutorials for the Mini 3 Pro. So if that's what you're interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get notified when I upload those videos. I'll see you soon.